ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and this is Just Plain Living.
Good morning. Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
Hey. I'm so glad to see y'all every Tuesday.
Well, thank you.
We
We're
look
glad
forward
to see
to
you.
it, Peggy.
I just look forward to seeing you too. How you been?
It's great. This is Easter week.
I know.
This is a great time of year. It's the time of rebirth. You can see it. There's grass starting to grow, and
Oh, really?
flowers
Mine's
are
like here.
flowers are blooming, and
I know,
you know
it's
there's
nice.
there's nothing better than after months and months of big brown country is what I call
I got some-
Middle Tennessee during the winter,
Yeah.
when everything's just sort of grayish brown. We went to Murfreesboro Saturday afternoon for a wedding, and the sun was shining, and it was crisp and cool outside, and it was just wonderful.
And
It's
everybody
great.
was happy.
Everybody was happy. It's great to see the sun.
I know.
Beatles, here comes the sun, da 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 da.
Sunshine on my shoulder
It makes me happy. Yeah,
John Denver.
been a lot of songs
Yeah.
about the sun.
Right.
Hey, speaking about songs, I heard one this morning that
I've heard several already this morning.
I heard one this morning that I'd forgotten about, and it starts off like this: "My give a damn is getting hard to find. I'm going to run out of cloud before I find that silver line. The hole I'm sitting in sure is getting deep. I'm going to wake, let's see, some days I wake up grumpy, and some days I let her sleep."
I like it. I like it. I was waiting for that.
I just,
Yeah, that's
Days I
a
let
good
her
one.
sleep.
some days I wake up grumpy, and some days I let her sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Do you ever wonder sometimes where people get all those words, where they come from?
Well, I tell you what,
Everywhere.
a lot of them, they've lived that.
They lived that life.
Lived it,
Yeah.
sure have,
So,
sure
yeah.
have.
Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness. I've lost my train of thought because I was fixing to
Have
say
you?
something and
It's
then
in
I
the,
got
it's in the
involved
tunnel.
in your
It's in the tunnel. There's a neon light at the end of the
there's a
tunnel. That's a
neon
great
light.
song.
It's not unusual
Shelton.
for us to lose our train of thought on this show. Probably because we have rode this train so many times
I know
that there's
it.
not much left.
There's still a bunch of track out there, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of things happening.
You know, we think we've done a bunch, but think of all the stuff we hadn't done.
So you went to the Easter egg hunt and
Went to the
hunted eggs?
100,000 egg Easter egg hunt.
That is a lot of Easter eggs. Isn't it?
There was a bunch of kids out there, but they all had a good time, and it was a little bit cool. There weren't as many there as there were last year, and I think it's because it was a little bit cool, and the kids probably wanted to come, but the parents probably didn't want to, so sort of the way it
I was
happens.
so proud of myself because when the first ray of sunshine came out before this little freeze came up, I went quickly and bought pansies, and I got one really nice tomato plant. Put the tomato plant outside, then I find out it's going to freeze. So now I've got a tomato plant sitting on in my sunroom. I'm going to let it sit there a while.
It'll be close.
I think you're
It'll be
probably
close.
safe now, though.
Yeah, I
on
think
this
it's
day.
maybe, yeah.
I think they say after April 15th.
Yeah,
it's
somebody
rare
told me
you-
that.
you ever have
It
any
has something to
frost,
do with
so.
tax day, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
When
Yes,
the
it does.
taxes are over, then you have sunshine.
Then you can
For sure.
plant.
Yeah.
Then,
Not 100%
then you can
sure,
plant
but
if you. And it's good to buy them before then, because after tax day you might not have any money to buy
right.
them.
There you
later.
go.
That's true.
You know, so hey, the Tennessee Volunteer girls got beat last night.
Did they?
That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Played a good game, but they ended up getting beat, and then I think who was it played UConn, Dayton. Little Dayton had UConn down 1 point at halftime.
No kidding.
You know, in UConn usually the women usually outscore everybody by like almost 50 points a game.
Yeah.
They ended up winning by about 12, I think. So Dayton did a good job.
Great, yeah.
So all that set, they're going into play, and the men are playing, and it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
When is the NCAA finals next week?
Well, the Final Four starts Saturday.
Yeah.
The men will play Saturday night, and then the championship game will be Monday night.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Kentucky's there again, of course, undefeated.
Isn't
on.
that something?
Yeah, it is something
That
to go
is
undefeated.
pretty amazing.
And yes, it is.
I've sort of followed them,
38-0.
believe it or not.
just think about all
Just
of
have
that.
38 to
They
0.
go
That's
through
a wonderful-
all of that and get beat the last game. Just think how hard that would be.
Well, it's, as Charlie Brown used to say, winning isn't everything, but losing isn't anything.
I guess you're right. I Yes, you're right.
No, it's all about playing the game and doing the best you can. We know that. We know
Winning,
that, yeah.
winning isn't everything. Comes from the lips of somebody
I'll tell
who
you
just
what.
got beat.
Yeah.
I am impressed at anybody that participates. I think participation is big.
Oh yeah, participation's great, and there's, you know, of course, athletics is a huge thing in this country, and along with several other things. But you know, I'm real proud of the kids, particularly around here, who we're very fortunate to have people who draw our kids into the arts.
I believe
And-
that with all my
and,
heart. I
it-
think that
it's
it's really
huge.
important to validate us as a town and a community and a region that promotes the arts. And by the way, Helen Martin's going to be on our show today. And
Is she now?
Yes. And she's an artist that we all love, and I think people will look forward to seeing her.
Yeah, we have a couple of musical groups
I
that
know.
are here
I've
today.
heard some of their
and-
music already. It's
and,
really nice.
Yeah, we've just got all kinds of stuff going on today on the show.
Old Nick and the Gypsy Band.
That's a great name, isn't it?
Yeah.
It
I
is.
love that.
Absolutely.
I wonder if old Nick is here. Is old Nick? Is Nick here?
He never shows up.
Nick never shows up.
Nick is the invisible participant.
Yeah. He's with George Jones.
Yeah.
I noticed you had sent us a really funny email yesterday or something you found on Facebook, I think, and our good friend Robin Majors, who's had some major surgery. And I meant to ask you, but I assume that he's out on the road again with Kenny Chesney.
Robin's back
Yeah.
on the road with Kenny Chesney. So he had that surgery, and I think it was a kidney replacement or
I believe a
liver transplant.
Yeah.
And fought that for a year.
I
And
didn't even know you could replace a liver.
Oh, sure.
yeah,
Oh, well, that's good.
all our parts is replaceable.
Yeah, they're all replaceable if you can find the parts.
I've always thought we were robots, so that figures. Yeah, that'll
And
work.
so, yeah, Robin's back out on the road with Kenny Chesney, and I saw a picture where Sue was with him at a concert, his mom, at 87 years old.
That's great.
She and
Sue, by the way, and from you folks in Tullahoma, we're talking about, it used to be Sue Hatfield, and it's now Sue Nicodemus, and that's Robin's mom.
and was Sue Majors.
And was Sue Majors, yes. If you've known them that long.
So that's Robin
Is that
and
part
Nancy.
of the
and-
famous major?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, they're famous.
They're famous, but
Well,
that's
no.
But not, that's not
I'm talking
Johnny,
about- I'm
not
talking
Johnny
about the
Majors. or
sports,
no,
sports group.
No. And you know, Robin's older brother Danny was an incredible artist.
yes, he was.
You know, he did a lot of work on cars.
Danny was my roommate in Atlanta for, I don't know, a few months because he worked down there with us, you may recall. And Danny would go down to the laundry, and I managed this hotel, and he'd get these sheets, and he would draw. He would paint and draw on all
On the
these sheets.
sheets?
Yeah, it was really cool. I mean,
love
you'd come
it.
in at night, there's no telling what he might have
Yeah.
created. you
On
know,
the
but-
sheets.
Yeah, right.
That's good.
There's a lot of things been created on the sheets.
I think so.
I'm not going there.
Let's leave that alone.
Yeah, let's leave that alone.
Yes. So, Mr. Fuller, what's happening in your world these days? Are you keeping up with the Englishes?
With the Englishes, no, they're impossible to keep up with. You know, they had to just tag. We're talking about Greg English, who's a band director at Tullahoma High School, and my daughter, who's married to him. She's a lucky lady.
They're a cute
Yeah,
family.
but,
They really are.
And they have 3.
Yeah, they've got 3 children, and who spend a lot of time at our house, my house. You know, and all I can say is 3's enough. I couldn't handle 4.
I imagine, will there be an Easter egg hunt at your house?
I imagine so.
Or
but-
baskets at
I imagine
least.
so, but you know, it's always they go at such a pace that you never know. It's like they'll take on way more than I will.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because they're young.
I guess
They can
so,
handle
yeah.
it.
So
I know that Greg is taking the band to Memphis because the Colemans are going to be honored, and I think that's a wonderful thing, a tribute not only to Greg, but you know, the Colemans and this community and the great musicians these bands
Yeah, it's really good.
produce. They do a great job.
they took on a project spring break. Of course, they went back to school this week. Something about painting their deck and redoing their deck and putting some landscaping in the yard. And I was over there one day looking at it, and I thought, this is one of them projects that should have took about 6 weeks, and y'all plan on doing it in
2 days.
You know, so I mean, we don't.
Yeah, but they go at it.
And
They
I'll
go
get
at
it
it
done.
like bees.
There you
Yeah.
go.
You know, like bees. Hey, I want to thank somebody today for an Easter
Okay.
present.
Do
I want to
it.
thank my lovely wife, Fran. 32 years ago today, she gave me the best Easter present I've ever had in my son Jacob. Today's his
This
birthday.
is his birthday.
Oh, happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
Jacob.
Jacob.
Jacob Gray, and also today is our old buddy and longtime partner from years ago, Joe Henry's birthday. Is
Oh, I
today.
didn't realize that. Happy birthday, Joe.
You know, so we hope Joe has a good day today, and I know Jacob will because he's always hunting something to do.
He's a busy
right.
man.
They're busy and right in the middle. Of course, he's playing what is it, Lord Farquaad
In
in
Shrek,
Shrek.
which is coming up in
So
April.
he's
yeah.
building his costume and doing all of that stuff, and his wife Cindy, I think, is the dragon.
The great thing about working with Jacob is all you have to do is name it, and he's got it done. He'll take care of the costume, the act, whatever it is. He takes care of it.
Oh yeah,
Love
he
that.
loves
I
creating.
think he got that from
things.
you and Fran, probably.
Well, he when he was a little boy, his favorite toy was Bob Couch gave him a board with every kind of switch that you could imagine on it, from a pull chain to a toggle
Yeah,
switch to a
how
light switch.
clever.
And he loved those switches and stuff, and he's always been the one to work with his hands.
Yeah.
He'd rather be in the garage or out in the driveway with a saw making something than going to a party or going somewhere else. He'd just soon be at home.
Well,
You know,
Creating
that-
yeah,
something.
I like
I didn't
that.
know that.
No,
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't heard that. That's a great gift to give
It
to
is
a
a
kid,
great
isn't it?
gift.
Yeah.
And Bob made it, I bet.
Yeah, he just took a
Well-
board. Of course, Couches has every kind of electrical device in the world.
Yeah.
Well, the real quick story, when Jacob was about 8, we came in from church one Sunday and he disappeared. And about 2 hours later, I asked Fran, I said, have you seen Jacob? And she said, no. And I said, well, don't you think we ought to be looking for him? And I went upstairs and he was sitting in the middle of his bed with a cigar box and he'd rewired his whole room. And he said, look, Dad. And he had switches where he could turn his light on, his television, his stereo, his fan. And I said, Jacob, that's really cool, but not in a cigar box house. We need to get you something that's, metal. We don't need to have our house wired into a cigar box. But he's always been that way, doing
Yeah.
that kind of
Great.
stuff. So
That's
happy
really
birthday,
great.
son. I love you. And with that said, we have a great show today. Don't you go away. We'll be right back after these few messages.
We are Goody Two Scoops,
I love Goody Two Scoops.
a family-friendly, yummy dessert specialty shop in Tullahoma, Tennessee. We excel in self-serve frozen treats and our own incredibly tasty chef-baked creations. For frozen treat lovers, we offer frozen yogurt, ice cream custard, as well as gelato and Italian ice. 85 flavors that rotate each day. 55 toppings including fresh sliced fruit. For our baked good lovers, Goody Two Scoops offers a variety of fresh pastries at a hometown price. Our 2 certified culinary chefs design and create incredible cakes. We showcase our cakes, froyo cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pies, and chocolate-covered strawberries, offered fresh daily.
Love flavor.
Goody Two Scoops.
Wait,
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Alan, go for it. Alan's last name. Tell them the parts.
this if we give it a try. Have faith in our love, or you'll just watch us die. I'm strong and I'm wise, I'll swallow my pride and find the root of all that's causing us pain and taking away the love you feel for me. I'm walking on soft ground. I'm strong and I'm wise, I'll swallow my pride, find the root of all that's causing us pain and taking away the love you feel for me. La 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 la
I love that. I didn't want to break the ambiance here by coming up and talking, but I guess I need to introduce you. Folks, you've been listening to Old Nick and the Gypsies, and they tell me that Old Nick is not here, but where is he? He just is out there somewhere.
Exactly.
He's out roaming around the world.
What a
Yeah.
beautiful sound you have. How nice to hear harmony and nice music that's not just taking my ears out.
Well, thanks.
Let me have you introduce yourself, and each one can introduce yourself. Is that okay?
My name's Cameron Jones.
Cameron Jones.
Josh Passon on the bass.
I'm Sarah Weeks on the keys.
On the keyboard.
And I'm Austin Brent on the electric guitar.
And Austin, you weren't singing, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so as these three are doing all the
Yeah, I was kind of
harmony,
humming along, but they were the
I thought you
main
might have
vocals
a
going
song in your heart over there, and
on. I do, though.
but you should play
Got a
some
lot of
fine
songs in
guitar.
there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How long have you guys been working together?
8 months now.
8 months. And where'd the name come from?
Brainstorming.
Brainstorming?
We were sitting around one day and we were like, okay, we've been playing together long enough now, we have to be called something. And so we just,
And we ran through a lot of names, and I saw one of my favorite bands had the name The Devil Makes Three.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a pretty neat name.
That is a neat name.
So Old Nick is actually another term for the devil.
The devil.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it's like the devil and the gypsies.
Well, y'all don't sound devilish at all, I have to say.
that's the
You have a
idea.
wonderful sound, and obviously, are you any of you related? I mean, you sound almost like you could be
Austin,
brothers,
We're
and
brothers.
you know, sometimes that harmony is so great that way. Have you known each other a long time?
Not very
No.
long, actually.
Not very long.
I
I've known
met,
Josh now for a year.
yeah, it'll be a year here in April, like
You know,
just
it's
a
one thing
couple
I
weeks.
find that if you're a musician, you automatically connect. You know, you'll hear somebody, and before you know it, you've connected with that person.
For sure.
Great keyboard work back there.
Thank you so
Who
much.
wrote this?
I'm the writer.
You're the writer? Do you do all the writing? How'd you get the idea for this last song?
I don't know. It just kind of came to me. I was listening to a lot of bands that were kind of in this style.
Yeah.
So I decided that I wanted to write something similar to that, and it just kind of came to me.
Well, obviously, you've got a lot going on. I think everybody would love to hear another song. Do you have one ready?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Absolutely.
do it.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
what's the name of it?
It's called Hopeless.
Hopeless? Often I feel that way.
One, two, three, four.
From going where I go. You can run all you want to, just know that I enjoy love. And I've been aiming so hard to gain the upper hand. And I've been trying so hard to make you understand. You're just hoping. Indecision has found me, and I can't get up off the floor. Oh, restless has won when you give it up. I guess 2 days started, we ran out of love. But I've been running too long to stand still. And I thought maybe that I could change how you feel, but you travel the only road that I won't take. So if it hurts me, just go on and let my heart break. Just go on and let my heart break. I've been running too long to stand still, and I thought maybe that I can change how you feel, but you're just hopeless.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Hello, this is Janie Price. When my husband Ray Price would tour across the country, his favorite place to dine was Cracker Barrel Old Country Store locations. His favorite thing to order was the Uncle Herschel.
And the beauty of it all this forever you'll be holding me to.
I miss Ray dearly, and I'm so proud that his last album, Beauty Is, The Final Sessions, is available at his favorite restaurant.
A love affair to remember.
The project includes a duet with Martina McBride and harmony vocals from Vince Gill. Ray believed this to be the best recording he had ever made.
Oh, I wish I was 18 again.
I think you'll agree when you pick up your copy of Beauty Is, The Final Sessions at a Cracker Barrel Old Country Store location near you or at crackerbarrel.com.
A world without breast cancer is a world with more birthdays. And signing up for the Making Strides Against Breast Cancer Walk will help us get there faster. The American Cancer Society invests in groundbreaking breast cancer research, and we're part of every community. In fact, 1 in 2 women newly diagnosed with breast cancer turns to us for support. Sign up today at makingstrideswalk.org. Together, we can finish the fight against breast cancer.
Welcome back to Living, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm pleased to have joining me on the stage now Jackie Duncan, who is a alderman here in Tullahoma, also a county commissioner and a poet, and does all kinds of stuff. And Jackie is retired now, Jackie, I'd have to say that I'm venturing to guess that you really enjoy what you're doing now, because you're always smiling and you always seem to be having a good time.
I do. I think that's what retirement should be all about. Is you get to, I'm working harder now than I've ever worked before, working more than I've ever done, I guess, in my life, but I'm enjoying it. You get to pick and choose your battles, so
yeah,
that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Makes a difference, huh?
And you know, you seem to be, I know this is a little off subject about why you're here, I promise I'm going to get to that.
That's okay.
But you seem to be, I see you at a lot of the alderman meetings and for special occasions and such, you always come up with that really special poem for whatever the occasion might be. You're pretty doggone good at that. Does that just come to you naturally?
It does. You know, there's inspiration all around us, and that's the good thing. I get inspired every day just through life and through living, and some people especially, you know, you see things, I guess, going on in their lives that really it's an inspiration to you, and it just brings out the poetry in me, I guess so.
Have you always been like that? Were you like that at an early age? Or?
I tell everybody I wrote my first poem in the 5th grade. And it just lay dormant, though, all those years because I think life was going so fast that I never had time to slow down to realize it. And seemed like things slowed down a little bit one day, and I realized it's there, and just it's been going ever since, you know, pretty much. I had a purpose for something. I think when we all have a purpose, we all always do have a purpose, but when we find our purpose or a particular reason for something, then you have to deal with it on a day-to-day basis. So you figure out how to deal with it, and it just started becoming natural just to write about things more. If something's in you, it's got to come out. You know, if you're a singer, you got to sing. If you're a musician, you got to play. If you're a poet, you got to write. You know, so whatever's in you's really got to come out. I truly believe that, and it's a blessing. It's just a blessing. And it seems like things just come to you out of the blue sometimes.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
My gift from God, I think.
And you're very good at it.
And I'm trying to give it back to Him what I do in return. So.
You're very good at it, Jackie.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, let me get back to the subject now, because I know I took us off in another direction.
Hey, that's okay.
You're here today to talk about the Davidson Academy reunion.
Davidson Academy reunion, it happens every 2 years, every odd year. This is our year. And one of the reasons I'm trying to, I guess I'm trying to get the word out, is what it amounts to. Normally, we would have the word out by now. We would have letters out to all the former alumni, all the former students, and but we lost our database this year. I know of 2 people that's had head crashes. I was one of them, but it wasn't on my database that caused this. But bottom line is we lost our database, and so we're trying to get the word out to everybody. Actually, we're in the process of restoring the database from some other information that we had. I guess a similar type thing. We're working on it, and we just about got that done. We have decided, I think over the years, we wanted to do to go high tech. You know, you go electronic all the way, and media and all this, and so we never did do that. Just kind of went the old-fashioned way, putting stamps on the letters and sending them out and everything, and it just we're to the point now we got to make that move. So we got to jump over into hyperspace.
So right now you need to get the word out about when it is, and
need to get the word out about when it is, and let everybody know that it is happening, and it will happen August 7th.
Okay.
August 7th through the 9th, and it's always, here's the formula for it. The formula is the first Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in August, every odd year.
Okay.
So that's what we're ready, getting ready for it, and we just want to get the word out to everybody, all the former school members and former students that were there, and we have a great turnout every time, and we have people throughout the continental United States and outside the United States. We have a few people, and so we're just trying to get the word out to them that when it is, and that your invitation won't come as it normally did in the past. We have a website now that it's a dynamic website, and I really want to stress on that. It's you can't go to the search line to do it. You go to the you have to go to the actually the address is www.davidsonacademyalumni.org.
Okay.
So we'll go to the address line to type that in, and I don't think it'll come up on the search line. So if you go to the address line and type in www.davidsonacademyalumni.org, and that'll take you to it, and you'll recognize the page when you get there. So we're also in the process of setting up a Facebook page, and that will be done this week. But well, hopefully by the time the word starts spreading around, the Facebook will be ready. But the website actually is ready now. I went to all the churches, I thought, where we had members, former students, attend locally on last Sunday to get this actual flyer out, and to get the information to them as soon as possible, to let them know that, to save the date, August the 7th through the 9th.
Okay.
And so actually all the churches have it. Hopefully they're announcing it, and hopefully everyone will realize, that to go ahead and sign up. You can call Luvinia Hayes or myself. Luvinia Hayes' number is 931-455-2962, and she'll be responsible for receiving all the checks and inquiries, and also me, I'm Jackie Duncan at area code 931-455-2199. So either one of us, they can call and get information, or even register over the phone. And we're trying to encourage it, to go ahead and do this now, just to get the word out. We've had some inquiries as to whether we were having it or not, and I think because people were concerned they haven't gotten it. We had such a great time on 2 years ago. Had such a great time, and the dinner and dances at the Coffee County Conference Center. Had such a great time that everybody's want to do it just like they did last time. So I mean, we're going to do it just like we did last time. Same band, same place, and everything. So
okay, outstanding. And folks, you're seeing those numbers and that website on your screen there as Jackie and I are talking. And again, this is coming up on August the 7th. So give them a call if you need more information, and of course you will be getting something in the mail probably, or on the internet at some point.
Well, hopefully if we get this database back like it should be, and we were short quite a few phone numbers and addresses, so some got boggled somewhere. Right. But anyway, we're gonna do the best we can. That's all I can say, and just spread the word. That's the main thing.
All right, and we're out of time, unfortunately. I guess because I took us in the wrong direction
Hey,
to start.
no problem. It's great.
But we'll get Jackie back again prior to that because it's August the 7th here. We'll get Jackie back in a couple of weeks when we'll tell you where we stand at that point because this is kind of a big deal, and I know you guys don't want to miss it.
Oh, it is.
Jackie,
Hey,
thank you so much.
appreciate it.
I always appreciate you coming by. Folks, we'll be right back in just a moment.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
There's no place like home.
Getting home safely is just a click away, and choosing the right seat for your little one's age and size will take you down the road to safer travels.
How can I ever thank you enough?
Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and today I'm glad to have with us, as we do every month, Marshall from Life Care Center of Tullahoma, and he is here with a guest this morning who we're just tickled to death to be here, and some great news, Dr. John Patsemas. And good day, gentlemen.
Good day to you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you here. And Marshall, give us a little insight on what's happened with Dr. Patsemas, who is the medical director of Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, he went up to Louisville, Kentucky for the American Medical Director Association conference that they have annually. We actually submitted, with his good grace, award for the Heritage Award for Dr. Patsemas to actually be a delegate for that, and he was actually the recipient this year of that award. And so it's a very high honor. It's amongst many medical directors across the nation, and he was the one selected with a couple of the programs that he does at Life Care Center of Tullahoma. And so one of those being his pride and joy is autotherapy. With autotherapy, he actually restores vehicles, and I know he can actually enlighten even better in more detail than I can, but restores the vehicles, and he actually brings it in for the patients to get to take a look at, even sit behind the front seat and take it for a test drive every now and then. I'm just kidding. I'm just going to give him a hard time. But he does. It's something. It's a beautiful craftsmanship that he has that goes into it, beautiful detail, and it's no different than the care that he gives the patients that come into his office or into our facility.
Well, John, how many years have you been medical director of Life Care of Tullahoma now?
22 years since I came into town, pretty much.
22 years.
22 years is a long time.
Well, congratulations to you. And you've been in Tullahoma that long.
Going on
with your
23.
practice.
This summer will be about 23 years.
And I know there's always been great things associated with you and around you. And I know Life Care Facility of Tullahoma has been very, very blessed to have you there.
Well, I've been blessed to be able to serve at Life Care in Tullahoma for 23 years. It's a calling, and I really enjoy helping out the community, taking care of those folks who have been for us in the past and now need a little help for themselves.
Right, right. And I've also known all along that you were a car enthusiast.
I do enjoy working on the cars. I don't golf or fish or hunt, but I sure enjoy working on old cars.
Well, I was somewhere with my sister-in-law a couple of weeks ago, and all of a sudden here comes John pulling in with, I forget what it was, you were picking up one or dropping one off somewhere to have something done to it. I believe it was a station wagon.
It's a Nomad, 1956 Chevrolet Nomad.
So how many cars like that do you have?
Well, I have 4 right now. 3 are just about done, and 1 is in a process of starting its renovation.
Now, what do you do? How many over the years have you done?
Probably about 10, 11.
Do you keep all of them?
No,
do you sell them? Or?
I sell them to make room for the new ones. I enjoy, I enjoy the process more than actually driving them. So I enjoy working on them, researching, finding, working. And it's a therapy for me. I enjoy working on it and relieving some of the daily stress that we tend to accumulate.
Well, you know, a lot of times I equate, and not in skill or knowledge, but there's sort of an equation between a human body and a car in a way, isn't there? Because each one of them has a heartbeat and a pulse, and all of the things that make them work properly sort of are like, it's a simplified version of what goes on in the human body.
It's actually a very good analogy, and that's what I like to do. I like to take something that has not been used in years and make it better, make it work, roadworthy, being able to perform better than it had been before. So I really enjoy getting an analogy, and I do use that in my office, in my practice, especially working with guys and trying to explain to them why it's important to take care of your heart or your lungs, in other words, your engine and your carburetor.
Right.
So people tend to understand that and relate to that better than just technical mumbo jumbo.
Right, because the human body, of course, is so very complicated, and
Indeed it
the
is.
electrical
Indeed it is.
system that runs it, and all of those things. Now, do you ever have an opportunity to bring some of the people at Life Care to where you're working on the car?
No, I do just the opposite. I kind of drive them to the facility, the nursing home facilities, and of course a lot of the folks that are there are older and remember these cars.
Right.
When they were young, they either had them or Uncle Joe had them, and they like to come out and look at them and touch them and maybe sit in them. Sure. They enjoy it, and it gets where you can have a relationship, a little bit more personal relationship with the patients or the residents of Life Care, so you kind of bond with them. And I think it's good when you bond with your physician, the person that's going to be providing the care to you. Well, if you can relate to them, you're obviously going to get, one, the feeling of better care, and actually better care, because you're more likely to comply with the treatment that you've been prescribed.
And you might get the truth out of it. You know? Because a lot of us, particularly guys, I don't know about women, but particularly guys, you know, try to hide some of the symptoms and stuff because they're not wanting it to be there.
That's true, and we guys are the worst patients. There's no question about it.
And if you can get their trust through working through the automobile and the relationship you have there, then maybe they might open up on some other stuff that might give you perspective.
That's a valid point.
And how to give them proper care.
Correct. That's a valid point. That's a point I've been using for years. If you could relate to your patient, if you could make them see that you have their best interest in heart and that you are willing to do everything you can in your ability to provide excellent care, then they will be more likely to cooperate with you and see you as a friend rather than just as some cold person that doesn't have any interest in you other than just at the office.
Well, and you know, we all in this country have a relationship, of course, with our own fathers and mothers and elders in our family, but it's always great to me, I think, to go to Life Care or if you're not in Tullahoma, a facility like that, because the people who are there a lot of times have so much to offer and so much to give, so many wonderful stories to tell, and when you share with them, they are so appreciative of it.
That's correct. During my 22 years, I've met many, many wonderful people at Life Care, many wonderful residents, everything from folks that fought in World War II and were POWs at the Battle of the Bulge and in the Pacific Theater, to ladies that were college professors, and to housewives that had 10, 15 kids and would tell me about how growing up, true, in rural Tennessee with wood stoves and having to go to the outhouse, things you read about in books but you never have the opportunity to see. It was just amazing. I learned something from everybody.
Now, where did you come from, John? What's your background? Where did you grow up?
Well, I was born in Chicago, but I was raised in New York City, right in the
my goodness.
Yes, in the belly of the beast in New York City, in Bronx and Queens, and now I'm proud to be here in rural Tennessee.
Do you enjoy going back and visiting those places from time to time?
It's a great place to visit. New York City is probably one of the finest cities in the world, but I always equate it to the zoo. It's a great place to go visit, but not to live there. You better get out before closing time, I guarantee you that. Or the lions will eat you.
Before feeding time. There you go.
That's right.
There you go. Well, Marshall, I know that you're very excited, as is the Life Care group, that this man right here serving you and the patients in your facility in our town is a national award winner for what he does.
Yes,
it just doesn't get any better than that,
It's
Doc.
a big honor.
It's a big honor for me because at the meeting I didn't expect anything, of course, and over 300 physicians were basically in the running for this position and this title, I should say, and I was given the award. And it's prestigious for me because, one, I really like the work that Life Care Center does. Otherwise, I wouldn't be there.
Right.
It's a good Christian-based organization that really prides themselves in giving the facility everything it needs to provide optimal care for the patients. Even in these difficult economic times, they've been given the leverage, they've been given the financial backing of the whole big corporation to run a first-class facility. So that's a big, big deal to me. Next, their values and the morals of the facility are second to none. And it's inspiring for me, and I am willing to dedicate my time off basically to go there and spend it at the facility and provide this care. So when I received this prestigious award, I was first of all amazed and humbled at that award and the honor I was bestowed.
Well, we're just glad to have you around here, and we're glad you're not going back. Although the food in Chicago and New York is really good.
Oh, my wife cooks better, though.
Well, then you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. We're glad you're staying here and just going there to visit. And again, sir, congratulations.
Sir, thank you very much, Mr. Gray. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being with us. Not Travis. Travis is out in the audience today. Travis is out there. And Marshall, I'm proud for you, proud of you.
It's our honor to have him part of our building.
Well, you want to end this with a little bit of little karaoke song or something?
I don't want to break the camera.
Folks, these are our good friends from Life Care Center of Tullahoma. Make sure that if there's someone in your family or someone you know who is in a position to need that type of service, that you go to Life Care Facility of Tullahoma and visit with them, and you won't need to go any further than right there, because that's the place that you need to be because of the caliber and the quality of the people who take care of you there, like these two gentlemen right here. So with that said, we'll be right back after this message. Oh, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. Uh-oh. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them, and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the paint works at 1960 North Washington Street, and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fix you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
You're going to be glad you hung around for this. I am so blessed today to have on the set Helen Martin. Hi, Helen.
Hi.
So good to have
Thank
you.
you.
And Chloe Leet from an art studio in Manchester. And give us the name of your studio real quick.
It's Fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks. I don't know why I can't remember that, but that's so cute. Fiddlesticks. And Helen teaches art at Fiddlesticks.
Yes, and so do I.
So we are, tell me, Helen, How long have you been teaching in Chloe's little studio?
Well, not too long. She hadn't been in business that long. But I've been hanging around ever since
ever since she started. It was so nice to have an art studio open up. And I am so impressed because we are surrounded today with your beautiful artwork.
Well, thank you.
I am so touched by a piece she has given me. I don't think you can see it. It's so small. But it's by Shelby Martin, her beautiful daughter, that I went to high school with, and we had a lot of laughs and used to sneak behind the bleachers and grab a smoke. I'll never forget those days. I did love Shelby, and she is a beautiful lady.
She was a lot of fun.
Oh, what a great artist she was. And of course, she got her talent from you.
Not really.
I would have to guess. How long have you been painting?
Well, since the 60s, seriously.
Was that just something you suddenly one day decided you wanted to paint?
I saw her painting all the time, and I thought, well, I can do that.
And obviously you can. Let's try to, let's take a look at Shelby first. Well, you've got this one. This is a copy of Van Gogh. And my goodness, why is that paper on top of it?
It's just glare.
Oh, okay.
They won't be back on.
That was beautiful.
They
and
know that, though.
when did you paint that? How long, when did you paint this one?
I painted that about 10 years ago.
I love that. It's so good. Can you get a picture of Shelby, her daughter, which is down here? I think that's one of the most beautiful paintings. And I know Shelby died. Everybody doesn't know that, but she was an artist. She did glass, stained glass. She did sculpture. Do you do any sculpture?
No, I did back years ago. I don't anymore.
Yeah. Some people just love to get their hands into sculpture.
Yeah, I love it. I got, after I lost my children, I kind of didn't paint for about 15 years.
For a long time. And sometimes I'm so proud of you for doing it again, because I think it's the greatest therapy in the world.
Oh, yes.
If I didn't have music, I feel like music has sustained me, and I think your art does the same. And Chloe, I know you told me she was teaching. Let's give the audience the days she teaches.
Helen teaches pastel class on Thursday mornings at 10:30. Everyone is welcome. If you want to just come watch for a little bit, see what she does, we're happy to have you come just watch if you want to. So,
and how much are classes?
The classes are $15 if you come occasionally, and that covers your materials. Or $60 a month, you can come as often as you want to. It's kind of a paint club.
Oh, that's
And then we
nice.
charge a little bit extra for materials.
Let's focus on this. Is that the woods? This picture of is that trees?
Oh, I just finished.
Did you? That is really interesting. I love the colors. And is that paint?
No, that's pastel.
That's pastel. Okay, that's pastel. And which is the hardest? I love the way the light is. You can see the light coming in
from the back.
Yeah, I love that. And which is hardest, paints or pastels? Which
I'm mostly in pastels
Are you?
now.
And so this, can you see this one? Now I'm assuming that's still life.
That's
you
still
just
life.
had that and you painted it. And do you have a preference for color?
No, just all colors. Send me out in orbit.
Oh, all colors? I know you love watermelon. That looks good enough to eat, doesn't it? Look at that. I love that. Matches my sweater. How long does it take you to put a piece like this together?
Oh, something like this, couple of hours.
Couple of hours? All right, so you people sitting home on the couch with nothing to do and you're bored, go down and take an art class, for heaven's sakes. I don't think there's any law that says it has to be even wonderful.
No. We just want them to have fun.
It is important that it satisfies you and makes you feel good. It's a bit like some people crochet, some people do handiwork with quilts and everything. And I think the artistic part of it is the fact that you're doing it and it's keeping you busy. But I love the artwork, and I'm crazy about this Van Gogh copy. That is so beautiful.
Peggy, we teach oil, acrylics, drawing, and pastel. And if you want to do watercolor, we have a teacher for that too.
Oh, and I believe you do all ages.
All ages.
Am I right?
All ages, from 5 up.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so all people have to buy their supplies, I assume.
Well, from me, I have everything they need at the shop if they don't want to bring their own. Otherwise, they can bring their own and save a little money too.
That's great.
Yeah, so
yeah,
we have everything.
And do you ever so often have an art exhibit for the world to see?
We're hoping to have one this summer. Have
Like an open
a
house
starting
sort of?
artist sale.
Oh, good.
And I hope we can get a lot of artists from Tennessee to come and join that. Not just people who are painting with us, but outside painters too. We want all we can get.
You ought to just surround the courthouse.
That's right.
Like they do in Paris.
We used to do that.
I think that's a great thing to do.
That's
and have
that's a good
vendors
idea.
and the whole thing and
Yeah.
enjoy the artwork.
That's a great idea.
Excuse me, I have this tickle in my throat. Have we shown all the pieces? I was kind of interested in this one, the back of a girl's dress.
It's the wisteria.
Is that wisteria?
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a lot
Yeah.
of wisteria in my on the
Oh,
carport.
it's beautiful. I love it.
Excuse me for coughing. I think it's allergies. I worked outside all day yesterday. All right, I do want to invite everybody to Fiddlesticks. Take a class from Helen. Take a class from Chloe. Obviously, you're teaching classes too. Do you have other teachers in your group?
Catherine Sherrill teaches at times, and there'll be times when we have a guest instructor come in.
Oh, good. And so you advertise that. Do you have a website?
I do. It's Fiddlesticks Manchester at antiquetrail.com, and we're on Facebook, Fiddlestick Manchester, and I really work the Facebook the most. So
and I figure
if you can come to that.
If you can remember the Fiddlesticks part,
right,
you're going to find you because it's unusual.
It is. It is.
Helen, I can't tell you how blessed I am to have you on the set today.
Well, thank you.
I have admired your work for years and years, and I need to come over to your house and look at everything inside your house.
Well, oh, I would love to have you, Peggy.
I would love to do that.
I would love to
Thank
have
you so much, and keep it up. Thank you, Chloe, for
You're welcome.
bringing Helen today, and we'll be back with other things. Don't forget to go to Fiddlesticks.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Serving you as a local firefighter.
Proudly served our country in the United States Air Force.
Serving Tullahoma.
Helping our kids.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. Your comfort is our service. We'd like to thank Tullahoma for the privilege of serving your heating and cooling needs.
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it is the time of year coming up soon for the Piping on the Green, which is held at the Celtic Cup by the Highland Rim Scottish Society. And today we have Mr. Chuck Lawson on the show with us, who is here to talk about that because he's got all the information. And like most Scots, he knows the goods.
Really?
Really. And so you've got it written out. First of all, welcome, Chuck.
Thank you very much. I gave him a warning a moment ago that I am not an accomplished practitioner of gab. I somehow missed that gift when they were being passed out. The program that he's talking about will be on Saturday, April the 11th, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Celtic Cup in Tullahoma. The program is called Piping on the Green, and the goal of Piping on the Green is to celebrate the music, crafts, and heritage of Celtic peoples, and by providing our guests there with a fun-filled family experience that will educate, entertain, and provide them with lifelong memories. The event is scheduled around Tartan Day. Tartan Day is actually April the 6th, and it was done to commemorate the signing of the Declaration of Arbroath. That took place at Arbroath Abbey in Scotland in 1320, April the 6th, 1320. And that was the signing of Scottish Declaration of Independence.
And that's called Arbroath Day?
It's called Tartan Day. Here.
Tartan Day, okay.
Tartan Day. And it is to celebrate that day.
Yeah, very good. That's a long time ago.
1320, yeah. I was born about 3 days after that, yeah.
You know, I'll tell you what, folks, so we usually go over there every year and get some video, and we will again this year. But it's incredible how much entertainment's there. Now, you will have Scottish music. You will have Scottish dance.
Yes.
There will be pipers there.
Yes.
There's people on the grounds, and what's so fun about this, and this is really good for you to bring your children to, because it shows them the art of a different culture, because there will be people over there weaving.
Yeah, tartan.
Weaving tartan. There will be people over there making horseshoes, and making nails and doing all the things that you and I take for granted. There'll be someone there with a forge.
Yes.
And it's just really, really good fun.
Yeah, and bringing the forge and those people up reminds me of Clan Smith. The Gaelic word for Smith is gal. McGowans, they were blacksmiths, and of course the Smiths. Every clan had a smith that made their weapons and their plowshares and so on. So, yeah.
Horseshoes and...
Yes, yeah. Anything with metal.
And I asked Chuck before we got on how many clans there were, and are there still in how many Scottish clans there are there?
There are over 200 now. The Scottish Highland Games at Grandfather Mountain in Linville, North Carolina, will have about 120. 30-something thousand people there celebrating their Scottish heritage.
That's great.
It is awesome. It's one of the largest games in the world. It's at Linville, North Carolina. The first weekend after Independence Day.
Right. And so we're talking about games, and Chuck and I were talking earlier about why they have games. Well, if they didn't have anybody to fight, they'd fight each other.
They made games of it, yes.
Yes, and kept themselves ready to fight.
Yeah.
And so, Chuck, again, this is going to be, what day is this?
April the 11th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m.
9 a.m. to 6 p.m. A lot of fun. The Celtic Cup usually has a special fair that day.
That's right. Yeah.
That there'll be something there different for you to eat, and there'll be vendors there. Anything else that you want to bring up?
Well, Tullahoma's a cappella singers will be there.
There's Miss Burton right there.
All right, and there will be Celtic storytellers, and the bands that's going to be there entertaining will be Pay the Reckoning, Feckless Fear Dirge. Some of these words I can't pronounce.
Yeah, well, they're Scottish bands and they're Celtic bands, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And we got the Big Black X over there. Time to go.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, Chuck. Piping on the Green.
Piping on the Green.
April the 11th from about 9 in the morning till 6 at night. Be there. It'll be a good time. Bring your kids. They'll love it.
Are you tired of getting those letters in the mail being turned down for that new car due to bankruptcy, medical expenses, or divorce? Then look no further than Russell Barnett Kia. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Here at Russell Barnett Kia, we are your bank. Dial 931-455-6066 or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, we are the bank and we can help you. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Why buy anywhere else?
It's your trademark. That's something special everyone knows and remembers. It's your thing. It's made holidays special for decades and summers unforgettable for the entire neighborhood. It's made everyone laugh every single time. Don't let illness or injury keep you from doing your thing. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
She were here while I drank this whiskey, she'd probably ask for wine. Funny how I know her so well, but always miss the signs. It's the little things that set her off and drive me to this bar. It don't matter how hard I try, I can't get it right. What drives a man ain't hard to explain. A curse and a cure, all one and the same. It can make you laugh or fill your heart with pain. She'll soothe your soul or drive you plumb insane. And it ain't got a name, it's just a woman thing. If I sit here too much longer, it'll make things worse. She don't like when I drink too much, and Lord knows I've hurt her enough. She'll be waiting up and worrying, and man, that just ain't right. She can set me off, but I can't do without her. What drives a man ain't hard to explain. A curse and a cure, all one and the same. It can make you laugh or fill your heart with pain. She'll soothe your soul or drive you plumb insane. It ain't got a name, it's just a woman thing. Whatever it is will keep you in line. It's the way it feels when your lips meet hers that makes you realize what drives a man ain't hard to explain. A curse and a cure, all one and the same. It can make you laugh or fill your heart with pain. She'll soothe your soul or drive you plumb insane. Yeah, that woman has drove me insane. It's just a woman thing.
Just a woman thing indeed.
Just a woman thing.
Now, I don't know you and you don't know me, so who are you?
My name's Glenn Nathan. Who are you?
Peggy Burton.
Peggy
nice
Burton.
to meet you, Glenn.
It's
I
good
saw
to meet
you out
you.
there with a hat on, and I just knew you were going to come up here and sing a country song. And you obviously wrote that yourself.
I wrote that with a guy named Efren White.
Oh, did you?
He's like a really good songwriter, hangs around Nashville.
And where are you from?
I'm from Athens, Georgia.
Athens, all the way up from Georgia. How are things in Georgia?
All the way up from
Oh.
Georgia. Things in Georgia were great when I was there.
Oh, well, good. And how long have you been writing?
Several years.
Several years. And what inspires you to write?
My wife inspired me to write starting out a long time ago. I started out writing poetry, and poetry turned into songs.
And poetry turned into songs.
And now I got those little dreams stuck in my blood and moved to Nashville.
And how long have you been in Nashville?
I've been in Nashville a year and a half almost.
Okay, and so you're playing on street corners or in anywhere you can find a play?
Try not to play in street corners that often, but I mean, I guess I do.
Yeah. No, I think that it's one of those things that if you're driven to do it, then, well, you got nice dimples, so that's going to sell. Not to worry, your song was interesting. I like you have a unique voice. It has a real country sound to it. Is there anybody you listen to a lot that you particularly like that's
I guess
out
my
there?
favorite artist is probably Easton Corbin, if I had to pick one.
Okay.
And then Brad Paisley comes in there, and
Well,
Jason Aldean.
you can't miss with Brad
Yeah,
Paisley.
you can't miss with Brad Paisley.
The man is an awesome guitar player, and he's great with lyrics.
Yeah, he is.
Got some, and I think he's turning into a comedian, they tell me, that he's going to be doing
He's
some
always
comedy.
been funny anyway.
Yeah,
It'd be
he
good
is.
for him
So
to do.
It's always good to add a little comedy to what you do. People like to be personal with you. And so are you performing anywhere soon?
I'm sure I am. I don't remember right now. I kind of go by. I got my calendar set, and the day before I check it to see where I'm supposed to be. And
That may be a man thing.
it is.
Maybe you need to write a song about a man thing.
A man thing.
Because I thought it was a clever idea, a woman thing. And before we close, we're going to have you do another song. So I'm sure you're prepared. And we're so pleased to have you here today.
Well, thanks.
Have you started on a record or anything?
I've got an album. It's called Summertime. It's on iTunes, and you can find me on Spotify, and you can just Google Glenn Athen.
So just Google Glenn Athen, A-T-H-E-N, and find your songs.
Yeah, you'll find me.
Okay.
It'll be hard to miss.
We'll be looking for you. Okay, let's have one more song, and we'll take it out with that. Thank you so much for coming.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I love the dimples.
My phone battery just went dead. Now I'm on my own. My truck bumper's got a muddy boot dent on the side of the road. Hazard lights flashing in the falling rain. Any chance we had down the drain. I guess fate blew out our flame when that tire blew out. I should be standing at your door right now with roses in my hand, begging, saying, baby, won't you please let me come in? Spending the whole night talking about how we could work things out, but instead I'm out here cussing at the clouds, soaking wet and cold and broken broke down. Looking back, it ain't hard to see how it all went wrong. Took you for granted while you patiently kept hanging on. It's hitting me hard as the lightning strikes. I lost you long before tonight. Let those headlights pass me by, there goes my ride. I should be standing at your door right now with roses in my hand, begging, saying, baby, won't you please let me come in? Spending the whole night talking about how we could work things out, but instead I'm out here cussing at the clouds, soaking wet and cold and broke down. Yes, a couple hours walking ain't too long. I hope when I get there you're not gone, 'cause I should be standing at your door right now with roses in my hand, begging, saying, baby, won't you please let me come in? Spending the whole night talking about how we could work things out, but instead I'm out here cussing at the clouds, hoping I could get you back somehow, soaking wet and cold and broke down. It broke down.
All right, good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I think that you got anything you want to say to the public out there before we close out?
Y'all have a great evening.
and look for you on YouTube.
Look for me on YouTube
okay.
and
we'll be
everywhere.
back with something exciting. Thank you.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
If you want to be a parent, it doesn't matter how you play, what you wear, how you dance, or even what direction life takes you. You just need to be there. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care don't need perfection. They just need you.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's all kinds of good things happening around this town, and we know that you enjoy the Centennial Women's Club's wine tasting every year. And we have Miss Misty May here with us today to talk about that and let us know when that's going to happen. Welcome, Misty.
Hello.
every year we all look forward to this wine tasting, and this is the 9th year that we've partnered with the Liquor Locker to present this at Lakewood Country Club. So it will be April the 16th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm. And how does a person go about getting to go to that?
Well, there's 2 different ways. You can buy your tickets prior to the event, which makes it cheaper, $5 less. So you can buy them at South Jackson. You can buy them at Joe or at Reichard. You can buy them at Aspen Dental. You can come see me there and do that. And you can buy them through any GFWC member.
Or at the Liquor Locker, or are they allowed? They're probably not allowed to sell those things down there.
Laws don't let them
Laws won't let them do that.
sell. So unfortunately not, but however, if you do want a ticket, you can contact any of the guys at the Liquor Locker. They can give them to you outside of it, or any GFWC member.
Or send you somewhere. So you can talk to Jay or Jeff or any of those folks down there, and they'll find a way to get you a ticket.
If you want one, we'll get it for you.
And you know, we appreciate them and the Liquor Locker for years of partnering with the Women's Club to help have this. And let's explain a little bit about the event. Just what takes place at a wine tasting.
Well, have you ever gone into the liquor store, wine store, and say, I want to try this, but I don't know if I like it? And so this event gives you the opportunity to taste over 30 wines. So we have vendors bring in over the 30 wines. You'll go around, you'll taste. We'll have like a pamphlet. You can write down which ones you like, check mark it, star it. So when you go into the store next time, you know what you want to buy.
Well, that's pretty cool. What are the tickets? How much are the tickets?
The tickets are $30 prior to the event, or if you wait till the night of the event, they're $35 at the door.
Okay, and I know that the Women's Club is doing this to raise funds for because they're so good about raising money and sharing it with other people.
That's what we love to do.
That's just what you love to do.
Mm-hmm.
And who are the recipients from this year's wine tasting?
Well, this year will be Light Up South Jackson, which is a community improvement project that we're also excited about because it has turned into a huge community project. The city is helping match, and so South Jackson has touched everyone's life. So basically we're trying to revamp it, give it a facelift to preserve it for everyone because it has touched me as a child and as I've grown up, and I want it to be here for my children too. So
sure.
It's going to do that for us, so we're excited about that.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
And then the second recipient is the Shepherd's House, which is the only homeless relief effort we have in the 5 surrounding counties.
Really?
It is. We have Bedford, Coffee, all of our surrounding counties, and I've just gone blank on all of them, but no one has any type of homeless relief. And the Shepherd's House not only just gives them somewhere to stay, they come in and we help them build a resume, we help them find jobs, we help them find their own housing and become productive members of society again.
Okay.
So
well,
that's going to go to that effort also.
That's wonderful. Well, how does a person go about being a member of the Women's Club? How many members do you have?
Currently, the Tullahoma Centennial Women's Club has 40 members. There is another GFWC Women's Club that meet during the week, and we're the junior club, and I'm not sure how much the older club has. But if you are interested in joining the GFWC, we have our meetings the second Tuesday of every month at 6:30 at the Centennial Women's Club on Wilson Avenue. Just come in, have a seat, join us, and I promise you'll want to come back and join.
Well, because y'all are always doing neat things, and it's a place where I would think that young women can come and find a mentor or two to help them, because we all need to live and grow in not just in our community but in our personal life as well. And it's always good to find someone who's been there before, to help you in your growth process.
Oh, definitely. The Centennial Club was chartered in 1996 by 2 women that are still in the Centennial Women's Club, and so they have been and seen and done, and I could not ask for better mentors. They have showed me the way. I came in and I said, I want to do something, but I don't know what to do and I don't know how to do it, and they led the way, and they have been the best mentors ever.
And you've grown from that.
Oh,
greatly,
definitely.
I'm sure.
You see growth in my family, with my child. You have little eyes watching you all the time, so having those people mentor you and you develop for those little eyes watching you just like you watched them. So it's great.
Right. Well, I tell you what, we appreciate the effort that you put into this. And remember, folks, again, that's at Lakewood Golf and Country Club. It's, what's the date?
April 16th.
April 16th. It starts at
7 p.m.
7 p.m. and goes till all that wine's gone.
9 p.m. And the ticket also includes, we'll be doing light hors d'oeuvres, great menu. Channing at the Country Club always has great food. And then we'll have a 50-50 drawing and door prizes. So it's always fun to win something.
Great deal. Misty May, thank you so much for being here. Folks, that's to Light Up South Jackson, and we hope we've lit up your day. And Misty and I are going to wish you a pleasant goodbye, and we'll see you next week.